Moose, by the way, thanks for the $5. You guys are fucking insane. Jay-Z with the $8 as well. I really appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to see time traveling to include some stories about the ethereals and explain that they traded with the brokers and learned their style. What makes you think that the ethereals were the ones that traded with the brokers? Dude, I'm telling you now, I don't have any evidence for this, but I can almost put, like, I'll be willing to almost put money on it. Actually, I'll take the $8 that you just gave me, and I'll put that on this, right? Because I'm not going to put my own money on it. I'm not that certain of it. But I believe that the brokers are ethereals. I think they are exactly the same thing. I think the brokers are the ethereals that died when their planet got invaded. The difference is, though, their planet got invaded by a Void Lord. So when they died, they were sucked into the Void, and this is where they became the brokers. The brokers then set out from the Void and started to basically break down the in-between, and this is how they reached the Shadowlands, because I think the Void is also somewhere in the in-between. So yeah, but I do believe that they are effectively exactly the same thing. Moose, by the way, for the $5, really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What are your thoughts on Gain Shaw conversation regarding several years have passed and no sign of Anduin? Okay, so there's a couple of thoughts. I have made a video on that. That video should be live tomorrow, I think. Don't take my word for it, but it should be live tomorrow. There's a bunch of speculation in there, so it took a little bit longer to make. That has now changed. That conversation has been removed, as far as I'm aware, from the game. So the question becomes, was that conversation meant to be there? Was that a conversation that happened before they changed the story? None of that is known, but what I do know is the conversation currently is not available. When you do the exact same things, that conversation is no longer in the game. If we were to go on what I think it is, then I believe that that conversation is the canonical one. So I do believe that time have passed. What makes the time that's passed very difficult is the way in which they said it. He didn't say many years have passed since the heroes of Azeroth left to go to the Shadowlands. He said many years have passed since the champions of Azeroth returned from the Shadowlands. Now, this is where things get really fucking trippy. What have we been doing in that time? Because it does open a lot of possibilities, right? There's so much that could have happened during the time that have passed. But what have we been doing, and why can't we remember what we've been doing? Right? Because we were still on Azeroth. But if years have passed since we've returned from the Shadowlands, then why didn't we play during those years? What happened during those years? I don't know if they can fix that. I do not know if they can fix that. So that might be the one reason why they ultimately decided to change it, is it would be quite immersion breaking if you're informed of the fact that many years have passed, but you physically have not played through the quote-unquote many years that have passed, right? It's kind of like a whole, what the fuck was I doing then? Was I roofied? What was my character going through? Did someone touch him in a way that he doesn't want to be touched? I don't know these things because apparently I just have fucking amnesia. I can't remember the last few years. That is probably a way in which they could do it. They could do it in a sort of time travel way. So we were sort of caught in a time travel loop for a few years, and that's why we don't know what the hell happened. But this is where we get into the let's convolute the story to the point of fucking madness. So yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily a good way to go about it. I hope that answers the question. Let me just quickly see here, Matthew. If a death would build a game with no pay-to-win bull in it, a lot of players with limited funds would play their games, I think. Matthew, I don't disagree with you. The AAA industry disagrees with you. I don't disagree with that at all. There's a reason why indie games are doing better and better these days. Because indie games are literally that. They are built just to be fun. right? That's what an indie game is. It's $20, $30, and you get to play for hundreds, if not thousands of hours. But that's not what the AAA industry wants. The AAA industry wants games that can make billions of dollars. And you are not going to make billions of dollars simply by people buying your game. If you just rely on people dropping, $20 or $25 on your game, and that's it, you're not going to turn that game into a billion-dollar franchise. That game is going to it's going to make millions, and it might even make $1 billion. But unless it's like a really fucking good game that just sells through the roof, something like Witcher 3, for example, which doesn't have a cash shop, but it sold, I think, the last time I checked, it was like on 46 million copies that it's already sold worldwide. Unless it's a game like that, you're not going to turn it into billions. And AAA companies don't care about millions. They want billions. This is the B that they're looking for. So yeah, I don't think we'll ever see an RTS from a AAA company anytime soon, at least.